Here we go. Yo, yeah, it's me, Lady Free on the track. I got my boy Ghost. It's 2011.
Post production.
And we
What it is.
with it. Post productions, murder in the booth. Yeah, we murder in the booth. Yeah. Here we go. Yo, yeah, it's me, Lady Free on the track. I got my boy Ghost. It's 2011.
Post production.
And we
What it is.
with it. Post productions, murder in the booth. Yeah, we murder in the booth. Yeah, we the truth. Yeah, yeah, collaborative meetings of the minds. Two of the realest you will ever find. Unrefined and uncouth. You can catch us murder in the booth. You can catch us murder in the booth. Collaborative meetings of the minds. Two of the realest you will ever find. Unrefined and uncouth. You can catch us murder in the booth. You can catch us murder in the booth. Yeah.
Hey you guys, welcome back to another episode of Vamo Radio. I'm here with the lovely Gianna Harris of the film Mighty Oak. Hi Gianna, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me. How are you?
I'm great, dear. I know there's actually a lot going on in the world right now with the COVID-19 situation and all the looting situations and Black Lives Matter movements and everything. So I'm really glad that you were able to have this call with me and to be able to talk a little bit more about what's going on in your life.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I know in the film Mighty Oak, you play as Emma. So can you tell us, like, how do you usually start preparing for that role and to get into character?
For Emma, preparing was easier than other roles because she is like a part of me. She's a lot like me. Like a lot of her characteristics are like me, and those are usually the easiest roles. So it was almost like it was me as that character because Tommy, who played Oak, I'd known him previously. And my character likes to protect for people she loves. So Oak, she likes to protect Oak. And Tommy is like like a sibling to me. So, it came really easy. So, I mean, besides like learning lines, the character came really naturally for me.
Nice. That's beautiful. I'm really glad that you were actually able to get into the role really easily and to pretty much conform to the character, which you said is pretty much similar like you. I think that's so cute.
Yeah.
So can you tell us, like, what was one of your favorite scenes that you ever encountered in the movie so far?
There's a lot of really good scenes, so you guys should go see it to see all the scenes. My favorite scene, it's a tie between two. So there was one where it's really short. It's like a flash scene and like a montage, but I'm piercing Oak's ear. And
wow.
It was really weird and kind of gross, but it was like funny and really fast. And like, I'm pushing away like a character, like, don't look at us. We're doing something, don't mind us, So it was like really weird and funny to film. But my other favorite scene was a surfing scene. I got to learn how to surf, which is like crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so my job for a little while was to learn how to surf, which is amazing.
Nice. That's what's up. So can you tell me, actually, how did you land that role in the film? I know I'm pretty sure it's maybe a lot of auditions, going on, and a lot of people trying to audition for that role. So how did you end up getting the role?
I got Emma. So my agent saw the project and she sent in, my headshot and like my information into them. And, I got the sides back and I did the audition. It was a self-tape where you do it at home and then you kind of just send it in because it was in San Diego. So I didn't know anything about it. I was like, oh, this is this cool movie about this kid. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I sent it in and we get a call from Tommy's dad. And we had no clue that they were part of this project at the time. And we were like, why is he calling us? So we and he's like, hey, we're working on this movie and you just sent in, your tape. And we were like, oh, that's so crazy. And they were like, they really liked you. And they were kind of like, well, we think we're going to give you the role because they really enjoyed you and you're the best character. And it was so insane because, like, it was just like, usually I get that call from like my agent, but it was from him, so it was like so weird and crazy, but it was the best because I love him and his family.
Awesome. That is amazing. So, Gianna, knowing that you're really like no stranger to the stage and being on screen and everything, how did you get started into the entertainment industry?
I feel like every young performer can agree with this, but seeing other performers like there were so many talent shows like that I watched growing up, you know, like AGT, and then you have like all the dancing ones like Dancing with the Stars, and then you have like
Mhm.
American Idol. So I had all of these shows, and then also Disney Channel had a lot of singers and like those type of movies that showcase singing and performing. So I grew up watching all that stuff, and I'm like, I want to
Uh-huh.
do that. That seems so cool. And I always wanted to be a singer and act.
Oh, it's so cute. Oh my gosh, you're just so adorable to me. Oh my God. You're amazing. And I know you also were in the musical School of Rock. And of course, a lot of us have actually already seen the musical and we also seen the movie as well. So, of course, just a fun time all the way together. So, can you tell us, like, how was it being a part of that musical, actually being on stage and rehearsing and everything?
Um, it was like my first real job, and I didn't know what to expect, and I didn't really know what Broadway was at that time because that just wasn't what I was doing with like that's not what I was into at that time.
Mhm.
Um, so I didn't know what to expect, but when I tell you, it was probably the highlight of my life. It was so much fun. So much.
Oh,
I mean, I was in it for 2 years, and everyone in the cast was so amazing, and the crew was amazing, and I don't, I couldn't say any bad things about being in School of Rock. Everything was
wow.
amazing. I played Chanel on Broadway, one of the backup singers, and then I was there for a year and a half, and then I went to the national tour for 6 months as Tamika, the lead backup.
Wow. That is awesome. That is awesome. I'm really glad that you were able to have an experience like that, especially being so young. And a lot of people, normally it would take them so many years in their career to be able to make it to Broadway. But you were
Yeah.
young and you had the experience and you had a great time. I'm really proud of you, dear. I'm really
Thank
proud.
you. Thank you.
So, knowing it was actually just Pride Month last month, because now it's July, but how can you describe, like, what does Pride mean to you?
Pride is really meaningful to me. I didn't really know what Pride was for a while until I got into Broadway, and
Mm.
um, I didn't know what the LGBTQ was. And when I did, I met all these people, and I didn't know what it was. And then I learned about it because it's really big in the Broadway community. So, I learned through there, and, I had family members come out to me on Pride. So it was like, Pride is very important to me, and I have a lot of friends that are in the LGBTQ and family. It's really meaningful to me, and Pride is so important because it's a time for people in the community to get together and truly 100% be themselves without any judgment, because everyone there understands
Yeah.
exactly what you're saying.
Definitely, definitely. And also knowing that you're a part of the LGBTQ community and having those connections and everything. So, has that at all influenced or affected your career in any way?
It hasn't affected my career. I mean, everyone I've met has either been a part or is an ally, like me. So I haven't really had any conflicts with like anything with my career, which is really, really great, and I hope it stays like that.
Definitely. I appreciate that, dear. I appreciate you actually being able to express these kind of things on the show. Actually, because I know it's like a worldwide conversation kind of thing that we really need to talk about,
Yes.
especially being young and you still like being able to talk about it, understand it, exactly what it means, and the kinds of effects it has on people. That's amazing. I think it's really great. I appreciate that.
It's really
Um,
important. Really important
yeah.
to talk out.
Definitely. So can you tell us, what was there, actually, you know what? Let me ask you this. Is there any kind of piece of advice that you could give to baby Gigi? What would that be?
Um, I was really shy,
Oh.
And it's because I had really bad anxiety. So it was really hard for me to like talk to people and, express myself. And it's gotten so much better now. Like a couple years ago, I would not be able to have this conversation like at all.
Oh,
Yeah, it was really bad. So I would tell her to, relax and know who you are, and uh,
yeah.
don't be embarrassed to mess up or like stumble over your words or look dumb, because we're humans. Like, you can't expect anything else. Making mistakes is the best thing. You kind of just have to. I like make fun of yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be open with yourself. Make fun of yourself when you mess up, because don't be hard on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. I would also tell her, know who your real friends are and know who you should trust, and tell your true friends that you love them, because they love you, and you need to understand that, because they're really important in your life. They will be. So I would.
Yeah. That's so cute. Oh my gosh. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I appreciate you. I agree with you completely. And I also want to ask you, is there a way that we can stay connected with you, or is there anyone on social media we can find out more about you or anything, or even
Yeah.
just contact you?
Yes. You can follow me on Instagram at the Gianna Harris. So it's the and then GIANNAHARRIS.
Nice, definitely. Thank you so much, Gianna. I appreciate having you on the show. Congratulations, girl, on the film. I think that's amazing, especially you being young and you've been in Broadway, girl. You've been in musicals, you've been in films. Like, girl, do your thing. Keep me updated on what you're doing, girl. I'll continue. We can have interviews all day long if you like. I appreciate having you on the show, honey.
Thank you for having me.
Here we go. Yo, yeah, it's me, Lady Freeze on the track. I got my boy Ghost.
We in the
It's
building.
2011.
Post production.
And we in
What it is.
with it. Post production, murder in the booth. Yeah, we murder in the booth. Yeah.